Welcome to Classic Game Room, coming to you from the Intergalactic Space Arcade. Are you ready for some fantasy action platforming brilliance? Well then hang on to something and prepare for this review. It's ALISIA Dragooon on the Sega Genesis. And I have one right here. Because why wouldn't you have a Sega Genesis right next to you? At all times. Prepare to embark on the fabulous fantasy adventure of a lifetime on your Sega Genesis with 1992's ALISIA Dragooon from Game Arts and Gainax. Now, I'm not familiar with them, but Game Arts is one of my favorite game developers ever, responsible for such games as Gun Griffin, Sylphid, and the almighty Thexder. In fact, I think this game could be described as a fantasy version of Thexder meets Golden Axe. It's good. Oh, it's really good. Wait till you see this. ALISIA Dragooon is side-scrolling platforming goodness where you play as a babe who teams up with a group of 4 monsters. Like Thexder, she electrocutes enemies using auto-targeting lasers that she shoots out of her hands instead of her eyeballs. Unlike Thexder, she cannot transform into a jet, although they both look great in a metal bikini. What? Oh, you don't have the super secret artwork for Thexder? Oh, it's awesome. Anyway, what you'll want to do in ALISIA Dragooon is explore everything. There's hidden stuff everywhere, power-ups that make ALISIA and her monster friends more powerful, and you'll want all of them. Because after about level 6, this game gets pretty seriously hard. It's not that lengthy of a game, but it's thoroughly entertaining from start to finish with beautiful visuals, great music, and that fantasy Thexder-like style gameplay plus monsters. What a winning combination! Now, as you may have noticed, ALISIA can't fire her lasers non-stop. You've got to give her time to recharge. And that can be pretty tough during some boss battles. Also, if you let them fully recharge, you get like a super laser beam which will clear off pretty much everything on screen. For the most part, another cool feature is that you can switch between your 4 monsters by hitting the A button. Each of them has a slightly different attack. Your dragon will shoot fireballs. You have some kind of an eagle that'll shock everything on screen, a lizard that throws boomerangs, and then a fireball. Most of the early levels are pretty easy, but the later levels each require their own strategy, especially the end bosses. And certain monsters are better for certain bad guys than others. For example, the fireball is pretty good for just floating around you, taking out smaller enemies, but the dragon is good if you're looking to firebomb larger ones that move slowly. ALISIA Dragooon gets really tough when you start to encounter the bad guys who attack you before you even know they're there. She takes a lot of damage quickly. At some point, you need to have the levels memorized and know when to be fully charged and what monster to use. This one was sent to the show by our good friend Ben from Buffalo, New York. Thank you once again for an excellent game, Ben. ALISIA Dragooon is super, highly recommended for your Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive. If you think it looks cool on screen, it is.